Till a few years ago, mental health wasn't on my radar. Probably a product of a boys don't cry upbringing and previous careers where absorbing stress was just an expected part of the job. Any struggles with it were a sign of weakness, so no one ever mentioned it. Everyone was just fine. In fact, and I'm rather ashamed to say this, but it's about honesty. In order to both protect and reinforce this perception of confidence, strength, and superiority, conversations with mostly male colleagues often referenced the weakness of others, women's issues, and blamed tabloids, cheap TV, and poor schooling for the wider issues that limited other people's success. Looking at myself, there were concerns. Being so anxious about things, I was sick on my way to work, avoiding doing things that needed to be done in case I wasn't perfect. The same stress streams night after night, year after year. What if people knew? They might judge me like I was judging others. And the solution for most of my life was to use my career, my family, my potential in a carefully staged, managed exercise of well-rehearsed activities and answers that demonstrated to others that my life is not just good, but just about perfect. I can tell you it works really well. Promotions came, respect from others, and a bow wave of success, expectation that makes people want you around them. Below the waterline, the need to rehearse those stories even more carefully creates crippling fatigue, and then the fear of interacting with others in case they sniff reality, including those very close to you who have grown to know the story. This denial that mental health exists also meant I never saw what I now know were moments related to low mental health in those around me either. Worse still, comments like, well, at least you have a job. What do you want me to do about it? If you work as hard as me, and so forth, almost certainly made these moments even more painful for people I love and care for. Everything changed during a mental health first aid course organised by Charity Link, where I learned lots of things and started to see the world in a different way. One is that we all have mental health, and like our physical health, it can be good, low, become critically or chronically low, while vulnerable to damage from circumstances or the actions of others. Mental and physical health also interact with each other. On reflection, my default level of mental health is probably nowhere near as good as I've spent most of my life believing it is, and that was tough to accept. But it is the reality. It certainly needs more looking after than I thought, and some vulnerability to be accepted and managed carefully too. In addition, looking back, I probably had two very serious moments during adult life that were caused by a toppled mental health. Through pure chance and the love of people around me, I've been able to recover to about default levels. However, knowing what I do know now, they could have been avoided altogether. Two, there are many people that when I look around or back through my life, I can see are or were living with poor mental health. However, many breakdowns come out of the blue because the best at hiding it are men. Men just like me, and maybe you, or your partner, your friends, your neighbour, your colleague. Overall, the message today is it's okay to talk. Talk to friends, colleagues, mental health first aiders, and so forth. And over the past few years, celebrities, sports people, and many more have been open about their own mental health challenges because it is okay. It's okay to talk. However, we should not rely on people just feeling okay to talk. Many have very good reasons to keep their black dog of negative feeling tucked away for the perceived benefits of their careers, protecting their successes, and because they feel others depend on them. For those that do this well, and especially for long periods, the outcomes can be tragic, either manifesting in suicide or chronic health conditions such as heart disease. 3, this is really important and probably one of the most important learnings ever. What if it doesn't take much of a mindset shift to start to make a really big difference in how we all accept and approach mental health? What if not judging or blaming others or yourself means we can make the world better, safer, and more understanding of all our mental health by going beyond accepting the default "I'm fine" to the question of "how are you?" What happens if you make time and are prepared to show it is safe by following up with a "how are you really?" Or maybe in certain moments, greeting with an open question like, on a scale of 0 to 10, how's things today? What's stopping you giving it a go? I found the results are incredible. How different and more honest the answers often are when making those small changes. And how by actively listening and being kind while avoiding trying to fix, solve, or offer moral opinion, there was real power to make a valuable difference to others, and also by applying to myself. Managing our mental health effectively is crucial to our well-being. Strength isn't in denial, it is in accepting and understanding that while we can't change most of our circumstances that our lives encounter, whether it's helping ourselves or empowering others, little changes to our thinking can really make a big difference.